Hello, here are just some additional talking points about the autobiographical assignment, My Place in the English Studies Landscape. You have a draft of it coming up in a few weeks, so we thought you might want to hear a little bit more about it. For me, the origins of this assignment have come out of my experiences in graduate school and a regret that I was not asked to be more reflective of why I was pursuing the degrees or to consider what I would do with these degrees, what my options were. So these two pieces represent both my personal investment in graduate school as well as my career aspirations. And I felt that this was a gap in my education that I don't want to perpetuate in our own graduate program. So a lot of the time we feel like we're too busy to do this type of reflective work, but I feel like it's very important to create a sense of purpose while you're in graduate school. It will help you psychologically get through graduate school if you feel like you have a connection and a purpose to being here. And I think it's also important to begin articulating and cultivating a sense of professional identity. Being able to articulate these things will pay off, whether it's just being able to describe to friends and family who you are as a graduate student, or being able to communicate to employers what you've gotten out of this degree and how it has changed you. So you might have a certain amount of anxiety about this assignment being very open, and it is going to be different for all of you because you're all different and you're individual and you have unique reasons for being here and different goals for what you want to get out of your graduate degree. It might be helpful for you to think of this assignment as combining both personal narrative and professional identity. So on the personal end, you are going to use first person, and you should feel free to share stories from your life as you are articulating kind of how you got here, why you're here, what is it about you and your talents that have led you to get this degree. And then on the academic or professional end, we're also asking you to use the terms and discourse that you have picked up in English 501. So when you're talking about your place in the English studies landscape, you will also need to discuss what concentration you're drawn to and why. So that is the academic component of the assignment. So if I were talking about it for myself, I would include terminology specific to the literature concentration and then to what I do with Caribbean and post-colonial writing. I'm also going to upload and share my own autobiographical statement that I had to write for my tenure application here at Gardner-Webb. The prompt that we had for this was even more open-ended than what we have given you here, and a lot of us who were applying for tenure at the same time, we felt kind of frustrated by this, and we all ended up writing very different narratives, but in the end, it didn't matter because part of the point was for us to interpret this assignment for ourselves. So I wanted to share it with you so that you could see that there one possible way that you could write a statement like this. And I also wanted to share it with you so that you could see that this type of writing, it has professional applications. This is something that you might end up using in your professional lives. I'm also going to set up a Q&A discussion board on Google Communities. So as you are working on this assignment, please feel free to post your questions and concerns there. So you can help one another out with this assignment, and then I will also check in on the assignment and see what kinds of questions and concerns you have, and I'm sure Drs. Hartman and Buckner will as well, especially if you have questions about their concentrations that I might not be able to answer. So thank you.